We're out here at Calderon Golf Club talking with the Northwest boys golf team. And Coach Martha Cantlin, I have to start with you. Why did you get into golf? And talk to me about the putter that you have here today. It's very unique.
Oh, well, I got into golf. My dad taught me how to golf when I was like 8 years old, and I played all my life. And I played all the way up, and I've coached for 36 seasons, so I've coached a long time. The putter, I just liked the grip. I thought it was fun, and it's on my Zebra, which is about how old? 30? I said it was I got it in the 90s, so it's like 30 years old. But anyway, it's just my little statement.
Well, I mean, I also have a Zebra putter in my bag. It's a very handy club. It's a good putter. It's got a lot of weight to it.
Yeah, it's a classic, and it's an oldie but a goodie for sure, for sure.
Well, and speaking of old, Cody, you're a senior on this team. You're one of the senior leaders. What has this meant to you to be able to play out your senior season on such a great team that you have behind you and all of your great friends you made along the way?
It's really meant a lot. It's been a special season because I've came into this my freshman year, and there was some people I knew on the team, and we had some good seasons together. And last year was kind of a growing year for us. We just had some newcomers and some kids that needed more varsity experience. And now this year we've all just been putting in the work, and we went to the simulators at the start of the season when we couldn't get outside, and it's just been really special to play with these boys, and we all get along real well, so it's been really fun.
And then that means, Martha, you probably can't ask for a better team than with all of them getting along so well. And you've coached for so many years, like you mentioned. You actually coached my wife when she was golfing here at Northwest, but that was the girls team. Now you're coaching the boys. Why have you switched, and do you see a big difference in coaching boys and girls for golf?
Well, okay, I did actually coach both for a while, but yeah, actually, coaching is just in my blood, and the biggest differences really are really just the boys don't cry, the girls cry, the boys don't cry, but actually it's very similar. They have a lot of it's golf. It still comes down to the fundamentals, and a lot of work on between the ears with the coaching, and also just helping them set expectations that are reasonable, and then of course obviously working on fundamentals again. I mean, like, it doesn't matter who you are, but it's been a lot of fun. I got to tell you, people ask me all the time whether I like the boys coaching or the girls coaching, and I love them both, and they're just a little different. You just got to approach them a little differently. I feel like I can maybe be a little tougher on the boys, and I have to kind of come in a little softer for the girls. So yeah.
Well, Cody, what has it meant to have Martha as an instructor? How much has she helped you in your golf and personal life?
She has helped me a lot on the course, just mentally. Golf's a pretty easy game to get frustrated with, and so when I'm having a rough time mentally, she'll come around and kind of just talk things through and realize that I need to get my head back in the game. And it's just been really nice having that. And then she also talks course management with me, so like if there's a hole I'm not sure what to do on, she'll kind of give me ideas, and like just kind of look at everything, make sure I'm looking at everything on every shot, and
the bigger picture.
Yeah, it just helps me a lot. So like, say there's for an example, say there's a par 3 and there's a bunker on the left side, you're going to want to miss the ball on the right. You don't want to be in that bunker, so it just kind of helps me take a look at that, and just help me throughout these 4 years. It's just course management. It's been real nice. So
that's great. And Martha, now we're going to get to see how much you have coached Cody, because he's going to start instructing me on how best to chip and putt, and then Cody and I are going to go head-to-head in a chipping and putting competition. Who do you have your money on?
My money's on Cody.
Mine too. We'll see that coming up next. All right, well now Cody's going to instruct me on how best to chip and putt leading up into our Max Versus segment. So Cody, I've played golf a little bit throughout school and a little bit in high school, but you're obviously the expert here. So even though I'm going to be lefty and you're righty, it'll still be applicable.
Yep.
How is it best to chip a ball onto the green? What position do you want your hands in? Where do you want the club face at?
So for chipping, you're going to mainly want to you don't want all your weight on your front foot pretty much. Just it's easier for to predict where the club's gonna bottom out, so where you're gonna hit the ground, and you won't. If you're like weight's back, it's gonna be easier to blade it or chunk it. So you want to keep your weight forward on your front foot, and then if we want to play a little bit of a higher shot, you just put it ball lined with your front foot, and then if you want to play a lower shot, put it in the back of your stance.
Okay. And with a higher shot, is that for far away, lower shot is closer?
It depends. Like if this pin was like just off the fringe and we wanted it to land and not roll as much, we're gonna play a little higher. But you just want to keep it front foot, and then you want your hands in front of the ball a little bit. Just it keeps the leading edge down, and you won't blade it as easy, pretty much.
Perfect. I think the best way for me to understand this is for you to show me a chip, and I'll try to replicate it. Perfect. Okay, cool. Well, now let me see if I can try to replicate that, even though it's from the lefty side. So, line up, foot in front, hands a little forward. Let's see. Oh, hey. I got closer than you. I need to save that for the versus competition here. Well, now that we've chipped and we've made it onto the green, now putting comes in handy. And really, putting is make or break for every golfer. Either you're great at it or you really don't do well. And I'm kind of that person that doesn't do well, so I really need some pointers here. How do you read a putt, Cody?
So first, what I do is I stand right behind the ball, and I'll get down and look at it. And you'll be able, if you look around, you'll be able to see which way the green's sloping. And this one here is pretty flat, so it's not doing much. And then sometimes I'll walk around to the other side of the hole, and I'll look at it from the other way.
Okay.
And then just kind of feel it. Like I'll stand over the ball and I'll feel it, try to feel it with my feet. If I can feel if the ball's below or above my feet, see which way it's gonna break. And then from there, you gotta pick a line, and then it's pretty much the same thing with chipping. You don't not weight forward, but you want your hands either even with the ball or like just in front of the ball. You want a little bit of a forward press, as people would say.
Okay.
People call it forward press. And then from there, you just use your shoulders, just rock your shoulders pretty much, and try to make a good stroke on it.
How do you gauge speed, especially when it's an intermediate distance like this? Because obviously I know it's touchy, especially if the greens are fast.
A lot of times I'll, like when I get to a course, especially for tournament morning, I'll roll some putts on the greens. I start about 10 foot, so I'll walk off like a 10-foot putt. And from there I just figure out what speed it is, like how hard I gotta hit it. And then from there I'll just find what's 10 foot, and then I'll work my way back farther and farther, and then from there on the course I just gauge it whether it's uphill or downhill putt, if I need to hit it any harder, softer. And then but pretty much just starting off the day, figure out how hard you gotta hit a 10-footer, and it kind of just gauges your speed sets your speed for the day.
Perfect. Well, I'll watch you hit this putt, kind of gauge speed, and hopefully have the advantage when the versus happens.
All right. A lot of times I use my line on my ball, especially with these straight putts, these shorter distances. One wiggle a little right or left on me there.
See, I got the advantage because I was able to read my putt off yours, so I can aim a little bit more right. Let's see. Too fast though on that one. Well, now Cody's giving me all the tips and pointers that I need, hopefully, to beat him in the Max Versus segment. So we're gonna now do a chipping and putting competition from all different points around this practice green and see if I can maybe beat you in Max Versus. Coming up next. All right, hopefully this wind doesn't play a factor in our shots here. It's quite breezy.
It is real windy out here.
Let's see.
Oh, stuck it close there.
I did. That backspin. Pretty equal distance on the chipping game there. Now, we got the luxury of these being pretty flat greens, but putting is never my strong suit, so this might be where you pull ahead here. Oh! All right, you win this hole if you get this in.
Yeah.
All right, I lost first hole. If you beat me this next one, you take the versus segment. Okay, let's see if I can do anything out of the rough here. Ooh, I'm gonna blame that one on the wind. Yeah, I think I'm in trouble on this one. All right, well, my only chance is to putt it from the fringe, so let's see what I can do here. It's a little down to the left, so let's see. Come on, curve, 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 curve. Oh! I'll take it, even though I missed it. Nice job. Well, once again, that's another loss for me in my very own versus segment. Cody, great job. You know, I'm having so much fun. I want to do one more just for fun, all right?
Let's do it.
All right, let's go for a long one this time.
Okay.
All right, time to show off, Cody. See how far you can hit this one. On the green, nice, good roll. All right, let's see. That is a good shot, way too far. That's a good home run though. Now I'm coming to you from the different continent that I hit my ball to. See if I can get it back on the green here. That time went too short. I gotta find the Goldilocks here. Come on.
I am having a very bad day.
So close. And that's why he's one of the top golfers on the Northwest team. Great job, Cody.
Thank you.